Hello everybody, my name is 711 and welcome to the 5th week of the PBA Season 3. So this week we are up against Dan, and he has a very scary team. He has a very offensive team, as you can see, with Mega Charizard. He has Mamoswine, which I'm scared of. He has Infernape and Latios. So he has a lot of threats, both physical and special. Infernape could be mixed, but I think I brought a pretty good team. I saw Charizard and I said, you know what, I need to set up rocks right away, so I decided to bring Armaldo, and so the rest was fairly standard stuff. You know, Choice Scarf, Heracross, and I wanted to bring Goodra. Goodra worked out for me so well earlier, so let's just jump into this battle. And so he starts off with his Mega Charizard, and for the rules, you are supposed to Mega Evolve the first turn that you stay in. So he Mega Evolves, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go for the Stealth Rock right away, and we'll go from there. But I made a huge misplay here. I did not calculate it, but a Flamethrower from a Mega Charizard Y in the sun is going to one-hit KO Armaldo. So there goes my rocks right away. So I'm off to a pretty poor start. That turn 1 Oko was pretty bad for me. And I decide to send in Mega Magnetric, and I go for a Discharge. Either Discharge or Volt Switch. Either way, that was another bad play on my part, so I'm just playing really trash right now. So of course it doesn't affect, and I have to switch. Now luckily this Mamoswine is intimidated, so that's not quite as bad as it could be. So I go into my Choice Scarf Heracross, and there's an Icicle Crash, and that does a good bit of damage. And I go for a close combat, and I destroy this Mamoswine. So Mamoswine does go down here, and so now it's 5-5. We narrowly avoided destruction. And then Infernape goes for Fire Punch in the sun. That destroys the Heracross, and I said, well, that really stinks. So if he is Choice Scarfed, then he can't be Focus Sashed. So I decided to go into Staraptor, and I go for Brave Bird. And I was a little surprised why I was faster, but then he lived on a Focus Sash. I was like, wait, if he was Focus Sashed, then he couldn't have a Choice Scarf and outsped Heracross. I was so confused. I don't know what was going on. The truth is, now this Infernape is itemless, and an itemless Infernape is always less scary. But I go into Goodra, which is another misplay. So look, now it's 5-3. So this is a really difficult situation for me. I should have gone into Mega Magnetric and just finished it off. So I finished off this Infernape with Magnetric because I would outspeed. But I wasn't thinking, because I got so confused. How did a Focus Sash Infernape outspeed my Choice Scarf Heracross? That just can't happen. So I'm really confused. I'm off my game here. It was 5-3, now it's 4-3. Dan is still winning. And so I've decided to go into Chansey here to take whatever this Latios is going to dish out. And this is a really crucial play here, that I Thunder Waved the Latios, and Latios did not get a critical hit and take out Chansey. Otherwise I would have lost right then and there. So I get to heal up with Soft Boiled the Chansey, and here comes another Psy Shock, another chance to crit. Doesn't happen. So I'm getting really lucky here. Chansey is very slowly getting health back, and there's the paralysis that I was looking for. Now Chansey has a chance to survive, because there's a 1 in 16 chance of a crit but a 1 in 4 or a 4 in 16 chance for paralysis. So the odds were in my favor there. So in comes Mandy the Mandibuzz. Now I can be a little more offensive. Mandibuzz goes for a Toxic, but I have Natural Cure, so I'm okay with that. I don't know, that was another misplay I should not have stayed in. Yes, that paralysis was extremely crucial. But seeing as how Mandibuzz gets knockoff, that was not a very smart play for me to stay in with Chansey. So I'm getting hurt by Toxic a little bit. I swap, and in comes Manectric, who can intimidate this guy, and actually it's a girl, right? You can intimidate the Mandibuzz, and I can take a knockoff quite nicely. So at this point, the Latios and the Mandibuzz are both paralyzed. I go for a Discharge, and that does a lot of damage. And he misses the Toxic. So after a really rough start for me, I'm getting some luck my way. I get the paralysis on the Latios, and I get the Toxic miss. That was really big. That was really big. So I go for a Volt Switch here because I know that a Volt Switch would be able to take out the Mandibuzz. And if he switched, then I get Switch Initiative. So I bring in the Goodra here because this Latios is paralyzed. He withdraws, and I decide to nuke whatever comes in with the all-powerful Draco Meteor. So this is a really powerful Draco Meteor, but you can just see the bulk of Vaporeon being. He only took half damage from that. It's a stab Draco Meteor. This is a modest Goodra, and so here comes a really big play right now. His Goodra used Rest. I have the Rest Lumberry set, and now Goodra's longevity is much longer. Here's the thing. This is why I wanted to bring Paralysis this week, is because paralyzing the Mandibuzz, paralyzing the Latios, that gives me the opportunity for Goodra to outspeed things, and then I'm able to use Rest and live hits and such. So in comes a Scald, which tickles Chansey. With the luck going my way, I kind of hoped that Vaporeon would get a Scald Burn just to make things a little more even. Felt a little bad about that Toxic miss earlier. So here's a Wish, and I go for the Soft Boiled so that Chansey is nice and healthy again. And this Vaporeon is just regaining a lot of its health back. Alright, so now here's a Baton Pass. And he is Baton Passing so that someone else can get this Wish. And I went for a Thunder Wave. Mandibuzz is already paralyzed. I kind of predicted a Protect, but no, he actually went for the Baton Pass. Now Mandibuzz is nice and powerful again. Nice and healthy, I should say. And why I stayed in with Chansey again, I really don't know. I really don't know why I did that. I should have switched into Mega Manectric and just finished off the Mandibuzz. But that didn't happen, so we're at this bit of a stall game here because Mandibuzz is pretty darn bulky and can roost, but we get another Paralysis. That Paralysis probably didn't matter, whether you were going to Toxic or Knockoff, that wasn't going to do anything really. So that was a good play to bring in Mega Manectric. So now here comes the Latios. I go for a Discharge. It's not going to be very effective, obviously, but this Latios is living, and Latios switches into the Mandibuzz. And I go for a Volt Switch. Now I get Switch Initiative. I can bring in whatever I want. And who do I choose to bring in? None other than Goodra. So here's the Goodra, who came in on this paralyzed Mandibuzz, Goodra will outspeed, and I decided to go for a Thunderbolt. Why he switched into Vaporeon, I'm not sure. Maybe if he was predicting another Draco Meteor, maybe he didn't think I had Thunderbolt. He probably didn't think I had Thunderbolt. So there's a Thunderbolt, and that does a lot of damage to Vaporeon. So here's a Protect. It's not going to matter much because I'm just going to keep spamming Thunderbolt right now, because 3 Pokemon on his team are going to die to Thunderbolt, and when Latios comes in, I can just simply nuke it with a Draco Meteor. So that is the end game right now. That's the plan. So Goodra got a kill for he killed the Vaporeon, and Goodra is essentially going to sweep from here. Here's a Fire Blast in the sun. Look how much that does. That does a good bit of damage, to the point where I think that a Fire Blast crit might kill if he gets a high roll, and he even misses. So that was really some salt in the wound right here, because the last 2 Pokemon on the team, on Dan's team, are paralyzed. So that's pretty much good game. I'm able to go for the Draco Meteor. I found out that this Latios is Choice Specs, and that is why a Psyshock was doing something like 45% to Chansey, which was doing more than I would like, but more than what my comfort zone intends for. So there's the Mandibuzz. It goes down, and I got a 3-0 victory. I did have, it used to be a 5-0, or I'm sorry, it used to be 5-3 in Dan's favor, but I just played my hand right, and went from there. So, like I said before, that Heracross was outsped by an Infernape. The Heracross had a Choice Scarf. So I was super confused about that. I was like, how in the world could this happen? Well, it turns out, I looked back at my team, I brought an itemless Heracross by accident. That explains everything. That is why the Infernape was faster. That explains that the Infernape survived the Brave Bird, because I forget if I brought a Choice Band or a Choice Scarf Staraptor, but it really doesn't matter at this point. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, then give this video a thumbs up, tell me in the comment section what you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!